1. This guy is Season 2 champion alongside Signal Ultra from way back then. But right away, well, you know what I like about this? They just jump straight into it. They jump straight into the fight. No other chit-chat necessary. We are into Game 1 of LPE versus, of course, we didn't get a chance to introduce
Team Work. But right now, they are more commonly known as well as World Challengers. So we might be mentioning some different names throughout the stream because the names that the teams use to register, they couldn't change it.
It's different.
It's going to be different.
I know.
But they have also been branded as their actual team name. So Team Work here, we're going to be referring to them as World Challenger. There's a lot of hype around this team. Bren Esports, the world champions, their entire staff, as well as few, Coach Dogie as well, have said that this is probably the team that's going to make it in and make a big splash here in the main qualifiers.
Yeah, the team to watch out for. Everyone has been super non-hesitant in going to social media saying, list it down.
Yep,
list this team down as one of the top 2. And this is where they have to prove it.
And they really have to prove it here now this time in the bans and pick and ban sessions. We're seeing some very similar picks to the World Championships. Of course, the Selena, the Claudia, the Alice getting banned out here, as well as the Natalia Benedetta, popular pick in the World Championships, as well as Brody. And one of the topics in the tank position that we have right now, the Sylvana getting locked in.
I'll be honest, I mean, there's not going to be that much of a difference for sure. I'm like 90% sure that 90% of all the picks here are going to be similar to what we've seen in M2. No big patches means that a lot of these teams are just fresh off of watching some of the best teams in the whole world fight each other out. And why change what's not broken? Why change a winning recipe?
Exactly. It worked really well in the World Championships. No need to change it up, as we're seeing very similar picks with the Isanshin and the Farsa getting picked up here. Esmeralda and Baksha almost instantly getting locked in by Work. And instead of going for the Yuzong, something that's usually picked up here to counter the Farsa, I think Work might actually be going for the Baksha in the XP lane, Esmeralda in the gold lane, and then the Matilda roaming as a support.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's already something that's been proven to be super strong. Matilda in the mid lane. It's no longer mid support. At this point, I know Matilda's a support, but she just proves to be such a strong mage.
That's
such a strong mid lane mage.
Yeah, especially in the early game where her burst damage is absolutely crazy. Like once she hits level 4, she doesn't even need to have an item locked in just to do some really crazy damage. But it is in the late game where we see her really evolve into more of a support.
That's right.
Because of the
shielding and of course
movement speed. Yeah.
Yeah, guiding wind. You get that circling eagle, great AOE and single target, crowd control.
Exactly.
Don't nerf that hero yet. I really like her so far.
Yeah, we were using her yesterday.
We were using her yesterday. We were playing, and it's just a lot of fun to play with. And so far, I think Work has just such a great lineup already with the frontliners. Esmeralda, this is a pick that has been really highly banned out in the international stage. And not surprised seeing it here as well.
Yeah, it's an automatic second carry that you have for your team, and it's an interesting choice of spells here. We're actually gonna be seeing probably, if that's not gonna be changed,
they can probably change it. Probably,
yeah, because we usually see the flickers, maybe even the purifies, but petrify might be a very interesting choice there. Something different we're going to be seeing this time around. But now, going back into the bans, the 1-1 takes out a potential carry for LPE. They take out the Toms as well, a potential fighter in the XP lane. Now for LPE here, it's just going to be up to them to determine the rest of the pick and bans here to see what the last ban of the game is going to be.
Yeah, for sure. Again, a lot of bans are actually gravitating towards the off lane here, the side lanes rather. For Work, they're really trying to focus on They're probably going to be focused on winning that side lane. That's why they're trying to give the Esmeralda as good of a chance as they can get. Ban out the strong fams. Ban out that Benedetta. My God, what a great decision, by the way. And of course, that will only ensure that this Esmeralda is going to be great.
Yeah, and this Esmeralda is going to have a good time here, as we're actually going to be seeing a tank backshot this time around. And it's the Lapu Lapu. That's going to be going into the XP lane to hold that down, a popular pick that we saw throughout the World Championships as well. The question now for Work here is, what are they going to be picking for their last pick? That's going to be their carry.
Yeah, the last pick is going to be a very big question. Now, Lancelot obviously is not out of it yet. We got a lot of options. Even Ling is open here. They have a lot of choices. That's all I'm saying right now.
And sorry to interrupt you, Rodhard, but Paquito was just locked in
Oh
here.
my god!
And Paquito,
Someone's so happy right now.
yeah, like
someone's so happy
I've
right
been
now.
using him a lot
You
in
look like
Classic.
it.
I haven't been able to use him in rank yet because, you know, I don't want to bring my team down, but
Yeah.
he works, and this might actually be the XP laner here for LPE. Maybe even
Yeah.
the gold laner if we're going to be seeing something different from this team as they lock in the Hayabusa as their carry. Now, Paquito wasn't available for the M2 World
Yeah.
Championships, but here this weekend, definitely all the teams can use him.
So guys, this is the first major tournament where you can see Paquito in action.
Yes,
and LPE
sir.
are not afraid to bring it out just yet. And as predicted, there you go with the Lancelot pick. Now, how big is it gonna be? How big of a difference is the Paquito gonna do? And not to mention, of course, we also got a Hayabusa locked in on that lineup. It's actually quite mobile. It's a very mobile lineup with some good crowd control with that Sylvana.
Yeah, and I'm actually liking the lineup that LPE brought out here, but the Hayabusa pick means that they're going to have to end this quick. They have a really good scaling lineup anyways. They have the Farsa with them, so even if it reaches to somewhat close to the very late game, they can still really dish out the damage. They have, as you mentioned, really good control. But for Work's lineup here, do you think that they have the good lineup with the Lancelot locked in?
I think this is a very... winnable lineup. This is a very winning lineup just because of the Lancelot pickup, but the danger is a lot of these heroes that they have are kind of close range. So you don't have that much range here for Work, but they have a lot of fight. And that is exactly what we're going to see as we go into the game here. Ladies and gents, for the first game of the MPL Season 7 Philippines main qualifiers, that's LPE, Laus, Auto House, Playbook Esports versus World Challenger.
And fresh off of the M2 World Champions, we immediately see an alter ego sticker. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to be seeing the lanes now. Paquito is actually carrying the Festival of Blood with him. Usually, a lot of people have been saying that he'll work really well with a high and dry assassin emblem. But let's see how the Festival of Blood will do here. Early game, though, and speaking of early game, I mean, these two lineups actually are very early game centric. When you look at LPE's lineup, they scale better because of the fact that they have the Farsa.
So much better. I think they're also going to be able to farm a lot faster, clear the waves a lot quicker just because of this Farsa. Not to mention the wave clear that this gives also ensures that the push is going to be a little bit slower here for Work. But again, as I said, if Work can get this cut out in the mid game, they're going to have a huge advantage coming into this one.
Turtle's gonna spawn in 44 seconds, and Jake the dog might have a hard time here as Jobber's immediately jumping under the tower here. Hayabusa's gonna be trying to get away, but here comes the Baksha, securing the kill. First blood is gonna get locked in by Michael Jordan.
I don't know, if the MJ can do it, you know, in basketball, you can do it here on MLBB as well.
Yeah.
Coming on top lane, can LPE do something about that? Can they get something back from that one? That's a pretty good pick. That's a pretty good kill, and giving it to the Mathilda only increases her mid-game to early-game power.
And now Work is going to do a lot of work, focusing on the bottom tower as Jake the dog will just try to clean up that siege minion. 5 seconds until the turtle spawns. My problem with the lineup of Work right now is that compared to LPE, again, LPE has the better scale here. They do have the Esmeralda in the late game, but that Lancelot we've seen time and time again in the past doesn't do that well into the late game. But Rockhard the turtle is going to get contested here by both of these teams. Feathered Airstrike already committed. That's going to be a stun onto Michael Jordan. He's going to get captured. The Circling Eagle connects. And look at Work do work right now for this turtle. Immediately turning what looked like to be a bad situation for them around as Work might actually secure this turtle, Rockhard.
Yep, that's the power of this lineup, man. They just got a lot of mid-game to early-game power in terms of fighting. If LPE has the wave clear, these guys have the team fight. And that's exactly what happened there. Great turtle take, and this could be bad here on the top side as well. Again, the Paquito, we haven't seen him pop off just yet. I know you're very excited about this, but again, will he have the opportunity? That's the question.
Yeah, as the game goes on, this Paquito, we're going to be seeing him sort of evolve into somewhat of a secondary tank for LPE. Yes, he has damage output, he has burst capabilities, but rocking him with the Festival of Blood just means that he likes the extended team fights. But Work right now are in the lead, and LPE are just trying to find the position to turn the game around in their favor.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of turnaround here. LPE, they got some late game, but right now Work, they're forcing the issue right now. Aspect, where you go, and he can't really move that well, and just because of Michael Jordan, man, I don't know if I should be saying that name, but yeah, of course, why not, right?
Yeah,
so
why
here
not?
we go, fighting off into the jungle. They're not
Shadow
done.
kill. And Work is going to try to get out of this as the Feathered Airstrike gets popped by Mpl-ph. That's a 1-for-1 trade, but Mpl-ph lost their carry. It's Baksha that went down here for Work. So Work, again, still have the control of the game, and we're seeing with the early to the mid lineup focus that they have here, as you mentioned earlier, they're doing really well in the early game team fights.
Yeah, not bad at all considering Mpl-ph is actually losing out. In terms of Aspect, Aspect cannot breathe. What is happening here? He can't really breathe well against this lineup, and I'm just worried that this might be the trend. I think Work is just forcing and forcing and forcing Aspect over and over again to react, and he can't farm. So,
exactly, and the thing that we just saw, that team fight that we just saw, actually, I think that was like the first invade. The first time that Aspect went down was somewhere around near the turtle fight.
Yeah.
And I like what Work is doing here is that one of their signals to go for a fight full on is if the Pharsa is around. Because that Pharsa can definitely turn things around for Mpl-ph's favor. And if they don't see the Pharsa and they feel like it's far away, they're going to fight. But then the moment that they see the Feathered Airstrike, they're going to leave.
yeah, I just feel bad for this Pharsa and this Yi Sun-shin because Work has the perfect lineup to dive them.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
They got the Baksha, they got the Lapu-Lapu, great AoE stun. I mean, we haven't even seen the Esmeralda. Man, I wish I could read Japanese. Is that Japanese or Chinese?
Yes, it is.
I wish I could read that, but I don't know what his actual name is.
Yeah, I
I'll
actually
find
have
out
the
later.
translation somewhere
You translated
around here.
it?
Yeah,
the
no,
heck?
I didn't. But
Okay.
You know, I think we were given the information for that. I can't find it either.
Well,
But now,
that's fine. It's
yeah,
fine.
let's hop into the game. We're gonna find the
Hop into the
translation
game,
for
man.
Esmeralda's name later. 10 seconds until the turtle spawns. Do you think this could be another easy turtle for Work?
Feels like it's going to be an easy turtle because there's no way that Mpl-ph can really contest this, not at the state that Aspect is in right now. 0, 2, and 1, level 7 right now.
Yeah, and it might be a little bit too risky to go for the turtle, but look at that. Great combo by Mpl-ph now, and they do give up the turtle in the bottom part of the map, but instead they get the kill there on to Sukuna Ryomon. That's the name.
There you go, Sakuna.
Sakuna. We'll go with Sakuna. Sakuna
Let's
Matara.
go Sakuna. Sakuna Matara.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's go with it. And that's going to be BMO going down without a fight at all. I mean, Arms can't even reach the guy anymore.
Yeah, and Work now focusing on this mid lane turret. Arms cannot do much here to try to stop World Challenger or Work, the team that has had a lot of hype surrounding their name. Laus Playbook Esports as well, but Aspect now in a very difficult position. That's a 4v1. Easy Thorn Rose kill there for Work, and Aspect again getting choked out of being able to farm. He's only level 8, 0, 3, and 1.
That's actually not the where you want to be right now. And that's exactly what I said earlier. I mean, Aspect's going to get dove over and over again. It's happening without a fight right now. I mean, BMO's trying his very best to help it out. Oh, that's a great clean up there by Arms as well. Double kill with the help of the Feathered Airstrike. And I don't think they're done, man.
Oh, falling star moon. Look at that. The sisters, as we call them here, the Da sisters, Matilda and Esmeralda securing a kill there. But I like what Arvs did there, immediately going for the counter punch with the Feathered Airstrike. However, it is just unfortunate that Arvs went down.
Yeah, Arvs is going to be I mean, for me, it's fine. I mean, Arvs is doing his job, man. He's just putting everyone as low as he can get, and then everyone else will just go for the cleanup. Jake the dog, however, is, again, not really in a great position right now. I hope he's farmed up because he is going to need a lot of carrying muscles if they want to win this in the mid-game, because late game is quickly approaching.
Yeah, well, we're running out of time here for
We're
Jake
running
the
out of
Dog's
time, boy.
Hayabusa. 0, 1, and 0. Later on, we're just going to see him go into focusing for the split push, especially in that bottom lane that hasn't had the tower broken yet. Mpl-ph has only broken one tower here in the top lane, and Work now with the tower lead 3-1, and this next turtle definitely is going to go into them. But Mpl-ph looks like they're going to be trading it to try and bring the tower in the bot side.
And we've seen a Chu Lancelot last season, all season long, and it was pretty good. It's probably one of the heroes that worked for him. Oh my god. Aspect! No way he is going to survive, man.
Nope.
Like, This guy's getting beaten up so badly.
The moment you get smacked by that stun coming out from the Lapu-Lapu and it's a 3 versus 1 situation, yeah, you're probably not going to get out of that if you're the carry. BMO going to try to go for a counter here onto Baksha, but he has good sustain with the Matilda by his side. He also has Revitalize with him. Hasn't popped it yet. Feathered Airstrike just to clear the wave, but then Arvs gets jumped. Laus Playbook Esports, a team that a lot of people had a lot of hope for to advance, are getting outgunned here and outplayed by Work.
Well, again, this is exactly what you kind of expect. I'm sure even the players kind of noticed that when they were like locking in the picks. It's like, oh my God, are we gonna get dove? And it happened over and over again. And you also know why they're so brave? It's because they have the Matilda to bail them out.
Exactly.
Any dive you do, Matilda's gonna be there for you. And that's happening right now as well, I think.
And BMO trying to get information, already forced to use the Imperial Justice just to get away, and now Work are happy to take this fight. Here comes a Feathered Airstrike as well, but it's not going to be enough damage coming out of LPE as Work are not going to lose anyone. Shadow kill right in Hayabusa. You might put yourself in a bad position. Popping the Shadow kill, but he's the one who gets taken out. Jake the Dog 0-2-0.
Yeah, you get popped. Pop the Shadow and you get popped. That's exactly what happened. Jake the Dog! I hope you're doing good, because right now his items are actually quite okay for someone who's getting a lot of, the stuns. Man, I'm sure you got some boo-boos on your head.
Yeah, more than boo-boos.
They're probably stunned to death right now, but they're fighting in items at least. But this is one thing they can't fight. I don't think they can fight Contestus Lord at all.
Yeah, and Work are just doing what they can with their lineup, handling the situation very well. This is exactly what they want, but let's not count out Laos Playbook Esports just yet, because they do have the lineup that scales better with the Farsa and as well as the Isanshin on their side. We're going to feel the Hayabusa sort of go down in terms of effectiveness, but I feel like LPE, if they hold on just a little bit longer, if they can, they might be able to take the fight and maybe even turn it around to Work.
Yeah, they kind of need to. If you're trying to fight off a lineup that has the Esmeralda, oh man, just relax, man. You can't really go for fights. I mean, they kind of have to do this under tower as much as possible. And I think in a few moments they will be forced to do that with the Lord coming up on the mid lane. It's level 1, but I think it's all that Work needs here.
It's a 10k gold lead now for Work as the Lord is marching in. Focusing on the middle tower is Work. Here comes the Falling Star Moon as well. They popped the Feathered Airstrike already. The stunts and the damage. LPE is getting outgunned and they're getting outrun. Double kill for this Lancelot. Chu doing work, and World Challenger taking the challenge to LPE, taking the fight to Laos Playbook Esports. They don't have the minions, but they don't need it as they take game number 1 in this best of 3 series.
Yeah, it wasn't really difficult to predict that, like right off the bat with a lineup like that. I mean, you can imagine, you can imagine the Baksha going in over